Hi guys, today as you see I am going to be sharing the first part of my Hobonichi setup. So I ended up purchasing the Midori A6 cover. This one does fit the Hobonichi and it is just such an affordable price. I highly suggest it. The only downside to it is that it doesn't have the inside pockets, but other than that, it's a very sturdy and durable cover. I had been really contemplating what I was going to use for next year, and A6 was the one size that really spoke out to me. And it's funny because last year I actually purchased a Kimbor A6 and I ended up giving it to my fiance, and he kind of uses it but not really, and I was comparing the two and I noticed that the Kimbor is thicker than the Techo original, and that kind of is what also made me go back on to just sticking with Hobonichi. I just really loved the generic aesthetic of Hobonichi, the original. I was also going back and forth on doing the English version, but it just kind of just spoke to me that I should just try the original version and see how it goes. So I am just wanting to share a little bit of what I did. I tried to go through it, and of course JoJo is always in action, so something that, you know, you're always going to see in my videos. I had every intention of using a passport, but the more the weeks went on after I had posted my Nolty video, it really just kept like messing with me in my current system. How I really wanted to use a insert as a daily, like have everything together rather than using multiple inserts through the year. And that's kind of why I went to the A6 and why I'm going to go into A6. So October is the last month that I'm going to be using my passport, since that is the last month that completely fits in my sweet freckle design notebook. And I am going to make some changes into this Hobonichi, which I will show you guys in a little bit later. So I'm just going through the entire book here, and what I decided, I'm going to use the front, the trackers, the yearly trackers. I always do my menstrual tracker, and I'm probably going to add in a few other things since it is such a thick area. Like, it has a lot of lines in the columns, which I was actually kind of impressed, so that's kind of cool, because on the weeks it's just one large box, so that's something that I noticed. And towards the back, I am going to be using the My 100 for all of the books that I read. So I guess I'm gonna have a goal of 100 books, but I'm not going to kind of hold myself to that just because I'm still kind of new. But I've been really into my reading journey this year, and I don't see myself steering away from that. There hasn't been any finalized decision on what I'm going to use those extra pages for, either the blank grid pages, but I will be sharing what I end up doing as my final setup, because I am going to be using this in October and I'm really excited. I have a cover on the way, which I will also be doing an unboxing video of, so keep an eye out for that. I honestly was not planning on changing my system at all, but it's just every year I get busy and I want to move into something else. You guys saw my unboxing, and I just wanted to quickly go over a few updates. So I ended up adding this vellum here in the front with a custom sticky note from Paper Test Designs. This is from Ash Plans. And then this is gonna be like another sticky note area. And I use this little tiny paper clip to clip that odd page with this paper. Just so that it's not like in the way, because sometimes it flaps weird and I didn't want to glue it down. And then I did do a lot of pen tests, so I'm going to show you guys that here. So I ended up making this graph paper section for my pen tests, and let me angle the camera up a little bit. What I noticed is this paper, this is the new San Santimo River paper, and it takes fountain pens very, very well. I will say that. This is an inky one that was actually bleeding through a little bit on my 2022 spring start. So it's definitely fountain pen friendly. And I will show the back side. Hopefully you can see it here. There's maybe a little bit of bleed through right here. And then on this side, it's just a lot of gel pens. I haven't tried more, but this is what I have so far. And my analysis is that I'm going to be using the Mark-On for planning for the most part. I'm thinking as of right now, I haven't tested my fountain pen with the archive ink yet, but, well, I use Document Black, but that's the one that I'm thinking I'm gonna go with if I do gel, and then I'll show you guys the back. So the one that bled through was actually the Sarasa Dry, and I think it's just because I have a heavy hand, so a lot of pens bleed through with when I write. And I did do a little bit more testing on this page, which is all of the fountain pens that I had on hand. I was going to use this page as pen testing, but then I realized there was the other one. So that's this. And I will show you guys the back. Hopefully you can see a few did bleed through. I think just a tiny bit. They're actually nothing really. These pens did bleed through, which I was a little bit sad because I really wanted to use these. These are the DS pens, but oh well, it is what it is. And I actually realized also the Pentel Energel bled through right here under that dot. You can see it right here. So that was another one. The Klenna did okay. Definitely that's not one that I'm gonna be using, but that is my current update, and I will share a little more. I'm gonna try to decorate the cover. I haven't showed. I did end up setting up my monthly a little bit. So I redated the 2024. I just put a 3 right there, and I'm gonna be doing my mood on this side. I put my one event so far for November, and I redated using the Coffee Monsters Co. I don't even remember which one it was. It took forever to get to me, and I kind of don't like that all of them are in the same, but that's how it was set up, I guess. But the icons are so cute. They're really adorable. And then since this had dates on here, I just whited them out and put washi just to kind of block out those little areas. And then December, I'm gonna add in my son's school schedule. And then it does have 2025, but I'm just gonna not write anything in here since I'm not gonna use these two. I'm just gonna leave all of this blank. I'm not putting anything in this. In the monthly overview section, I'm gonna have my orders list here so that I know what's gonna be coming in and making sure that it arrives. On this side, I'm gonna have my bills, which I actually have to put the sticker I am going to just use this bill due script from Papery Planning because I have no idea what happened to the one that matches my orders, but I'm gonna be putting my bills here and my orders. If you have seen my other planners, I do write my bills on my monthlies. Oh my god, my pen just fell. My pen fell. Goodness. And I write them like this, and these are the bill script that match the orders, but I have no idea what happened to them. They're gone. I didn't think I finished them, but I can't find them. So that's how I have my bills, and I liked it on my monthly, but since I really do want to have the whole aesthetic of taking a picture with all of the moods like that, you know, the picture that everyone takes, I don't want to ruin that with putting my bills on the side, so it's all for aesthetic, but I do have that information somewhere, and that's what matters, as long as I have it there. And then I always am gonna have this monthly tabbed with the Midori clips, which I'm currently using at the moment. I had to go back to voiceover just because my kids started watching a movie, and as you heard in the previous clips, they were just playing super loudly, so hopefully it wasn't too distracting, but I ended up being able to film and take a few minutes to decorate my front cover. So I hope you enjoy, and thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.